I always tell my kids, hey man, think 15 seconds before you act, because that's very important. Because see, the sin don't lie in the sin, it lies in the thought. The thought was the cause of it all. As a man thinketh, so is he. So you got to always be conscious and forever mindful that, when you make a decision, that decision, you got, basically put it like this: establish principles and forever live accordingly. So your present choice will determine your future happiness. So if you make a decision and that decision is based on low EQ, low emotional quotient, you allow your EQ to supersede your IQ. Character is formed, through principles. Principles are things that you say that you will or you will not do. When a man can't be trusted, or a man might do something, or he could possibly do something, that's a man that has a lack of principles. When you look at A, B, C, D, those are characters in the alphabet. They never change. You're going to always spell cat, C-A-T, you're going to always spell dog, D-O-G, using the characters that's in the alphabets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those are characters. They're never going to change. Only time they change is when you get to 0. When you get to 0, 0 is nothing. But you got to go get the character 1 to make the 10 to make it something. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you can build character, and that 1 can go to all the way to 1 billion, 1 billion characters. So that's what character is all about. Character is about never changing. It's about meaning what you say and saying what you mean. And that's important. That's because it takes real charisma and real character to get real money, because people, they judge you by who you are and not who you seem to be. If somebody show you who you are, who they are, believe them.
I'm saying some scripted. So I done seen you in some situations. You handled yourself very well. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Pimpinken. Appreciate you, boss.
Thanks for riding with us, B.
Tap in.
Say less.
We got my man, Mr. Rick, Chicago. I got it. Mr. Rick from Chicago gonna come, man. He gonna confirm a lot of these things that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? He got the OGs. He interviewed a lot of hustlers, man, from back in the day.
Mr. Rick.
Yeah, Mr. Rick, Chicago's on.
Well, welcome to DJUTV, Mr. Rick. How you doing today?
Fantastic, brother. How are you?
I'm blessed. Glad to be in the presence of so many players, some older gentlemen that can teach me some game.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what my show is about. The original OGs. I'm the host, OG Mr. Rick. This is my 100-year friend right here, OG Mr. Rick. Y'all call him Pimpinken. I call him Ken Ivy, OG Ken Ivy. That's his name. He go by many titles, but that's what we're trying to do today. The show that I have is to be able to pass information from guys like Ken Ivy to younger guys that can really study our roadmap to see what we've gone through, so that you can avoid a lot of it and get straight to the meat of it. That's what it's all about.
Word.
Absolutely.
Word. That's what's up. And what's the name of your YouTube channel again?
It's called The Original OGs.
The Original OGs. So I think I need everybody to subscribe to Mr. Rick's YouTube channel right now. It's called The Original OGs. I'm actually going to type it in right now myself.
It's crazy, man.
So I can subscribe.
Tell them to subscribe to my podcast.
Right, for sure. You tell them.
Okay, y'all subscribe to Pimpinken.
He brought me
podcast. Pimpinken podcast. Y'all subscribe to that. That's I just did an interview with Charleston White, Gangster Williams. A lot of people that you interviewed. I seen him interview them. I thought they'd be good people to interview.
Yeah.
We got Fillmore Slim, Mr. Rick, a lot of the OG players. And a lot of young players. So Rick, he focused on the OGs, and I focus on the OGs and the YGs. I believe that, young people got something to say too. So, if you're young and you're doing something, you got something going on, reach out. You can hit me in the DM at realpimpkin_. But like I said, just go to my podcast, Pimpinken Podcast. It's called A View for the Game. And check me and Mr. Rick out on there. It's one of the best episodes, one of the most numbers too.
Very impactful.
I'm looking at the Original OGs right now. I see an interview with Triple OG Archbishop Don Magic Wand.
Yeah.
That's one of the more polarized pimps that we know
Chicago.
about, you know, from Chicago. So yeah, Mr. Rick, I'm glad you came and, you know, bless our couch with your presence. We'd definitely like to talk to you and, you know, get to know your story one day as well, right? But one more question that I want to ask, and you all could answer this collectively, or, you know, Pimpinken, you can answer it yourself. But, you know, it's 2024, so we don't hear too much about, you know, niggas pimping hoes and getting money. Nowadays, it's kind of like reverse, where these women want the money. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think about guys paying for pussy in 2024?
Well, you know, the Bible said the first will finish last and the last will finish first, you know. And sometimes, you know, the roles get reversed. And I think a lot of these guys, they tend under the zipper, you know what I'm saying, which means, you know, they got low tolerance, you know, in their little head than they do in their big head. And that can cause a serious problem because everybody love coochie because we all came from coochie. The fact that we came from coochie, you know, we naturally want to get back in some coochie. You know what I'm saying? That's your first place. That's you there for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? That's your first house. So, you know, women have done exactly what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They have debased these high value men. You know, they have made men subservient to, you know, their bodies. You know, that's why they go get fake eyelashes, fake nails, fake butts, fake boobs, everything fake, you know, and we fall into that trap, you know, and a lot of us, you know, still, you know, using our big head, we use our little head and at all costs, you know, so most of us willing to pay for it. And so the guys of my day, the pimps, you know, the players and the hustlers, you know, they fading away like a Michael Jordan jump shot. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's almost like a magic trick. You know, they disappearing. And these women, you know, they won the battle. You know, they started with the woman liberation movement in 1920 with Susan B. Anthony. Then you had the black woman liberation movement in the 70s where, you know, you start seeing black women dressed like white men, cut their hair and talk about they don't need no black man. You know, so you see this process beginning. And I think that we at the apex, but we at the epitome of it now because a lot of women are, you know, controlling the situation. They call them, you know, Afro females, you know what I'm saying? And brothers is going for it. You know, and one of the reasons, Brother DJU, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to relate to this wholeheartedly because you interview a lot of women, you say, one of the reasons is that the women have been raising the children. When you talk about what's going on O Block and all that shit that you hear about, the drills in New York, and that's because the women are raising the killers. There's no father in the home. Yep. You know, by not being no father home, there's no Adam apple. The Adam apple is what controls the household. Sit your butt down. When your daddy tell you sit down, you sit down. Your mama, sit down, she got to tell you 10 or 15 times. That's just like in the jungle. The lion is what controls the lion. But you say the lion, you know, when you roar, elephants and giraffe get to running like a motherfucker. But nobody understands it's the roar that makes him the king of the jungle. It's not his claw or his teeth. Well, it's the Adam apples that make the man the father of the house. It make him the leader of the household. So with the absence of the man, you have a generation where in Chicago, you got over 10,000 people that got killed in the last 10 years, you know, because it's just running rampant because the mothers cannot raise the children. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of these guys is taking on femininity. They act like, you know, when you're young, you try on your daddy tie. You use your daddy shave. When the daddy ain't there, you trying on your mama heels. You know what I'm saying? You put on your mama wig. You know what I'm saying? So you picking up femininity. You get a lot of, you know, what they would say homosexual tendencies that you don't even know that they're homosexual. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's happening real time in the black community. So but without that male figure there, and that female got a son that's 6'10", and she tell him, sit your butt down, and she controlling him, and the authority is coming from the female, men are losing their value. You know what I'm saying? Because the women are being the ones that saying that I'm your mama and your daddy, which is really insane. Because if you my mama and my daddy, okay, mama, go on the island by yourself and let me know what's going to happen in 100 years. You're going to be extinct because you can't reproduce yourself. You know, you need a male figure in the household. And being that male figure is not there, these women then took control. And that's what they want. That's what they I go back to our initial conversation, Brother DJ. You think about the Bible.
Right.
The fall of what? Man. Read it. Go get the Bible. You can put
it's right there in Genesis.
It says the fall of man. And in the fall of man is about Adam and Eve. Yeah. That's what the story is about. So the challenge and the competitiveness between the man and the female has been going on since the beginning of time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A woman has one purpose on this life, and that's to challenge you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if you let her, she'll break you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's taught to our children. You know, mothers teach their daughters, hey, find your rich man, find your doctor, find your lawyer, find a successful man. That's pimping. You know what I'm saying? They're teaching them to be gold diggers at a very young age. So by the time they get to me and you, they're trying to get something out of us. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, men naturally like to release. You know, anytime you have a situation where the male and the female that's married having a problem, it's always about sex. When they go to a therapist, they say, what's your problem? It says sex. We don't have sex no more. You know what I'm saying? Sex is not in the family. So think about this. This one guy, he went to a therapist. He said, man, I had this problem. Me and my wife about to divorce. He said, what's the problem? He said, she won't give me no sex. He said, I got the same problem. You know what I'm saying?
He's a psychologist.
He got the same problem. And that's the problem with women, man. They use sex as a weapon, right? And so what we do is, you know what I'm saying, if we marry, we dip off. You know what I'm saying? And we get the little thought.
I am the real Pimpkin. I am the operator. I have no robots. And while I got your attention, make sure you go and get my book at audible.com. Pimpology, the 40 Laws of Game. This is the book everybody talking about. This is the book that your daddy should have put you up on. Everything your mom and daddy didn't teach you, this book will. Trust me, it's a whole lot of game. And I also got another book called The Art of Human Chess. If you're a mastermind, if you understand strategy, if you want to learn how to maneuver, if you want to learn how to finesse, go get that book, The Art of Human Chess. That's right, at audible.com. Type in my name, Pimpinken, in the search box, and it will also come up.
Yeah. So I'm going to sign first. And that's the jacket. You officially signed the StayHHF.
Okay then.
We just need your John Hancock, young man.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, live on the Beehive Show. You know
That's right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey man, welcome to the team, man. So,
StayHHF.
Mike, when it comes to the streaming side of stuff and going viral, man, I mean, break that down to me. How does one go from the ground all the way up?
Yeah, man, I can't really explain that. I gotta get out on the guide or something.
I'm with you.
Honestly, because when I do stuff like that, I be like, how do I do it again? I don't know. I ain't do it. And like I said, be the women that they love me so much. So when we made this Bounce When She Walks song months ago, bro.
Yeah.
And they took it all over TikTok doing the challenge, all in other countries, Africa, China, billion streams. I don't know how, bro.
Yeah.
I was at the house in my drawers recording that. I didn't put up nothing. Like I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like people just love it. Like some people say I put voodoo in that music.
Most of y'all don't know him once he introduced himself. He got over a billion streams. I'm never gonna introduce himself. What up, bro? I go by the name of Mike Chris. You ain't never heard me. You may have heard me on that song, Throw That Ass in the Circle. And if you ain't heard that, you may have heard me on that song, 8 Bounces.
From a lot of niggas, from like just growing up, seeing a lot of niggas, and like, damn, you just fly the motherfucker suited and booted and shit. As I grew older, I'm like, man, I gotta make sure my shit together, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm popping it, you know what I mean? We was driving to Chicago, it was me and my pops. Well, first, he picked me up, we slide. He like, man, we finna go to Chicago, don't tell your brother, don't tell nobody. I'm like, what the pops got going on, what's up his sleeve? So we go to Chicago, we in the, I think we was in the S500. And we get there, it's a white, blonde, white lady. And she split out the car. She pull up, we pull up, she give us the keys to a Mercedes, a black Mercedes. And we switch out the car and get back on the road. I'm like, okay, some crazy going on with Pop.
Love you lied to me. Said you'd always be around. Love you died in me. Left my chest vacant, no sound. You ripped out my heart. You tear me apart. Your sticks and your stones are breaking my bones. but it's sickening to say you won't leave me alone.
I got a new project coming out. I'm still pushing brick by